Hey everyone, this is another list review. This one is from Rourke Dooney, who sent me a list that he's trying to balance between competitive and uh, thematic, historically correct even. So let's see how you do that. I don't know. Right. So this is his list. By the way, I would recommend people, if you send me your lists, try to. Wow, that's not good. There we go. Try to uh, see if you can send it in a collected PDF file. This may not be possible always. So this is sent via an iPhone, clearly. Someone who just took screenshots, basically. So, Royx Army is 1250, 14 order dice. For competitive purposes, that is a little bit low. We just saw the lists for the uh, British, Battle of Britain. That's what it was, which had 1250, and the average was 16.8 order dice. So you are going to be order diced out if someone brings a competitive army. A first lieutenant with an extra man, unless you have a really specific reason to do this, this is not competitive. Some people I know might want to do this just because they have a plan, a Snap 2 plan, basically. Um, but it is a lot of points that you're sinking into something that may not work in your favor. So that is one issue. Then we have the Waffen SS squads. Now, as soon as you buy a Waffen SS squads, you can actually get the inexperienced lieutenant, which is way cheaper. So if you're not going to use the Snap 2 trick, I would recommend you go and buy an inexperienced lieutenant. Because what I do here is I recommend competitive stuff, right? Um, for the thematic history stuff, other places to go. But for me, that's it. Veterans, 5 men with assault rifles. Do you need fanatics? No, you don't. I don't think you do. Um, these are push units, but they are a little light on numbers. These Waffen SS units. You can put out a lot of shots with the 10 assault rifle shots and 2 Panzerfausts. A lot of shots. They really need some transport for the Panzerfausts, but I don't think you're going to assault much. So the fanatics may not be that useful. A 5-man unit is not great for assaulting. 2 of those, yes, cool. So that was the first list. See, this is why I recommend PDF files, just because that was one of the one with the medic. Yeah, there we go. Come on, my computer is acting. Here we go. Right, then he buys a medic with a pistol. That is pretty good. It's a relatively cheap order dice. Um, more SS Waffen SS squads here. Um, with an LMG, this must be for thematic purposes. Otherwise, no reason to do that. This is a backline holder unit. They're going to sit in your own deployment zone, and as such, I like it that you haven't bought extra gear for the unit beside the light machine gun. They're just going to sit there and be a light machine gun, basically. Um, place them near an objective. I would do that. 2 of those, yes, perfectly fine. Except the light machine gun is not worth the points. SS Panzer Pioneers. So 1 rifleman, that's going to be a loader, and 4 SMGs and a flamethrower. So a 6-man unit for 139 points. You know what? This is definitely not worth it. Fanatics and everything, yes, they're very strong, but I can get an 8-man Gurkha unit for less points than this. So just points for value, definitely not worth it. Kudos for being all in on the SS units here, though. That's pretty cool. You're definitely running a theme tab here, but competitively, no, I don't think much of this will work. Right, then we have a sniper team. That's always good. Veteran, that makes it a little bit more survivable if you get into a sniper duel. Um, which at 1250 points, you're definitely going to get into a sniper duel, especially if dual platooning is going to be allowed, because that means that some of your opponents are going to take more than one sniper. Um, Panzerschreck team. Panzerschrecks are way too expensive, and buying them veteran makes them even more so. But of course, it's very thematic having a Shrek, and you can sort of see where he's trying to cover all his bases. I think Roy, you know that everything you're buying here is way too expensive, but you're still covering your bases. You have some sniping equipment. You have some flamethrowers. You have some push units. You have some backline holder units. You have some anti-tank units here. A Flak 88. That's a good gun. That's a really good gun. But this Panzerschreck veteran team, it doesn't need to be veteran. Horse-drawn Limber, 10 points, regular. You could get that cheaper, way cheaper. Why does it need to be regular? A motorcycle with machine gun sidecar, those are good. Those are really good competitively. So Rorik is trying to cover his bases at the same time as he's being extremely thematic and taking suboptimal choices for some of his things here. An STK set 7/1 with an armored cab. This is a half track. It's got a platform mounted autocannon. So it's open topped 7 plus. As your armored choice at 1250, this is not going to cut it. Um, you are going to see, especially if there's dual platoons out, but also just with single platoons, you are going to see 9 plus tanks. That light autocannon is not going to cut it. If you have single platoons, yes, maybe, because people are going to bring Stuarts then. Um, might actually do that in dual platooning as well. Yeah. And a truck with an MMG at the front, this truck does not need to be veteran, unless you're trying to do the outflank, which I think he is. Loaded up with one of the units of push units, and then the pioneers, and then coming from the outflank. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. That's a good trick. So, Roy, I can see you trying to cover your bases. There are several places where I think you could save a lot more for competitiveness sake, but as it is, it's perfectly fine. I think, depending on your pack, I don't think you're going to win much, um, but that is because you are sacrificing some for theme and historical accuracy. Um, so that also depends, of course, on what the other players are doing. If other players are doing exactly the same theme and accuracy, then yes, this is competitive enough to do well. Um, bringing it against one of the competition armies that you see, no, you're not. You're going to get pinned down and you're going to get shot to bits. Um, that's what you sacrifice when you want to go theme. Right, Rourke, good luck. Let me know how it went. Cheers.